Everyone. Today we're going to be walking and doing an inspection on a car. So I feel like this is a really important tool for you guys to learn the process of looking things over before you make a purchase. And obviously, car is a really important purchase and it will cost a fair amount of money. So you want to make sure that you've done your research and a good job before you make that decision. So the first thing when you're looking at a car inspection and you're going to be filling out a form from Canvas is you want to make sure that you've looked around the entire outside of the car. You're looking for little dents, like for example right now I can see that there's like a little bit of a ding here. Looks like the car's been maybe keyed a little bit right there. So you know, minor stuff. I'm looking for ripples across the top. It looks like this car has been in a hailstorm because I see some little divots here from maybe hail damage at some point in time. So then you want to make sure that you're looking, does the paint look like it's in good shape? Or if it looks like there's new paint and it's an older car, you might want to think about, are they covering up rust? Is there any bubbles? Okay, so then we'll go around. You want to look to see, does the front look good? Are the housings for the lights, is there any cloudiness or are there any cracks? Does everything line up? Like if this had been in a collision, maybe this seam wouldn't exactly match here. So those are some things to look for. So you do a whole look around the whole car. And look to see if there's any other areas of concern. Like even back here, I'm looking to see, does this all line up so that I know that maybe it hasn't been in an accident. So once you've done that, then you're going to start looking at the wheel wells. This is where you get a lot of rust. There's been corrosion and whatnot, you're going to see it here first. So you're going to look to see, is this all in good shape? And it is. So then you would check all of those wheel wells and along the base here to see if there's any erosion or maybe some ripples in the paint where rust might be coming through. So let's now go look at the tires. So I've turned the tires here so that you can get a good look at the tread. You want to see, is there any bulging around the rim? And you're definitely going to want to look at the tread, because if the people selling the car, if it's newer, the tires may still be good, but if it's an older car, you might want to consider asking the owner to replace the tires in the sale. So there's a thing in a tire called a wear bar, and I don't know if you can see it, it's right down in here. And gives you an indication when the tires are needing to be replaced. Or you can do the standard Lincoln penny trick. So if you put Lincoln's head down into this crevice, if you see the top of his head, it's time to replace the tires. But as you can see, his head disappears down in the groove. If I could see the top of his head more like right there, then I would know it was time to replace the tires. So either the penny trick or the wear bar is a good place to look for your tires. So obviously the engine is one of your most critical pieces of a car, because if the body is so-so and the engine is great, that might be worth of consideration. So obviously you're going to want to look in here to see kind of just a general condition. You're going to look to see there's fluids that you want to check. And obviously the main one, here's your coolant. The main one is your oil. And so you're definitely going to want to see what the oil condition looks like. So the main thing when you're checking the oil is you want to see that the color is a nice, see how that's kind of that yellow amber color? If you pull that dipstick out and it's like dark and goopy, then you know that the people haven't been maintaining it. And so that's just a good indication. So anyway, it looks like this one's doing pretty good. If you're not familiar with engines, the best thing to do is take it into somebody who's a professional that can do all of those service checks for you. But those of you who are really good at this engine stuff, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's perfect. I'll take this car. Okay, so then the next thing is we've done the exterior, we've checked the tires, we've looked at the engine. Things look like they're pretty good. So then now we're going to go inside. So then obviously we've done all the exterior, so now it's time to go inside the car. So one of your first indicators of whether or not a car is in good shape is the smell. So if you sit in the car and you all of a sudden smell like a musty odor, maybe the car has been in an accident or in a water damaged area. And so you could lift the floor mats to see if there's like mold or anything like that. So obviously the first thing is your smell. So then you're gonna wanna test all of the buttons. So make sure that you turn the car on. Do all the windows go up and down? Do all the buttons work? Does the signal work? Do the lights turn on? So that's a kind of a fun thing to do, is just be like a kid and push all the buttons. And then like, what's the condition of the interior as far as, are the floor mats in good shape? Are the gas pedal and brake pedal, are they worn out or not? And then look through just the rest of the car. You know, are there any tears, or just look for all those little things that would indicate that the car was not well maintained. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing here in a moment, is inspecting a car.